Hi everybody, welcome back. Patricia here. Today I want to give you some encouragement and a bit of a reality check on how to maintain your clutter-free home. You need to be a good gatekeeper. I know I read that term somewhere in one of my hundreds of books that I read, but being a good gatekeeper is the key to your success on maintaining your clutter-free home. So you've already purged, you've decluttered, or you're continuing to do so. That is fine. It may take a while. You must put everything in its place, and then you need to be careful what crosses that threshold into your home. Now, whether or not other people are bringing it to you or you are doing it yourself, you are the one who opened the door. You let that stuff come in. So here are my tips on how to become a good gatekeeper. Number one, stop shopping. Okay, I know stopping shopping is a bit of an extreme, so slow your shopping. Don't forget which quest you're on. If you're on a quest to save money, that's one thing. If you're on a quest to be clutter-free, that's another. Yes, they can merge, but don't swap the desire to slow shopping by going to the thrift store and saying, well, I only spent a few bucks. Whether or not you spent a few bucks or a lot of bucks, you still need to bring that thing into your home and it's taking a place up in your household. So what's the true path you want to be on? Do you want to simply save money, or do you want to be clutter-free, or do you want to be both? You've got to have that in mind when you go shopping. So slowing down shopping means being intentional about what you buy, going to the stores for a specific reason and leaving with that reason in mind. How many times have we gone to Target and forgot the reason why we went, or we picked up what we needed and 10 other things? It's really hard for me to walk past that dollar spot in Target, but I've been so much better about it this year. I will say that the spring stuff kind of threw me off, and I ended up buying a little bit more than I needed. So if abstinence is the way to go, do it. I again just read that somewhere and I loved it. If you must abstain from shopping and from going into those places, that is better than moderation. Sometimes I can't handle moderation. I can't monitor myself, so I have to abstain altogether, and that is what keeps me on my path, on my budget, and clutter-free. Know your shopping style. Are you somebody who, once they go into Target, you kind of go down every single aisle and pick up more than you need? If so, online shopping might actually be better for you. Or are you vice versa? Are you the opposite of that? Does online shopping too easy to just add things to your cart and check out? For me, online shopping is actually better to stay both on budget and to stay clutter-free. So know your shopping style. So the first key to being a good gatekeeper is to slow your shopping. Next is to learn how to tactfully decline. Just say no. Whether you're saying no to free samples, mail stuff, or even your beloved family and friends. These are people who love you and love your children, and you just want to make sure that you don't hurt their feelings. So, thanks but no thanks. Oh, thank you, we really don't need it. Oh my gosh, this is so cute, but I don't think we have a need for this right now. There are nice ways to say no. Now, don't make some lie like, oh, this is the wrong size, because then they're just going to go exchange it and get the size that you tell them. So just tactfully tell them straight out, we really do a no toy thing, or we try not to do too many noisy toys, or we have plenty of books, we have more than we can handle right now, thank you anyway. It may take a few times for people in your life to understand how serious you are, but if you're consistently saying thanks but no thanks, they'll eventually get the picture. I just read in a new book that I'm reading, and she said that the first time she said no gifts for one of her daughter's birthday parties, it was completely ignored and they got lots of gifts. Although they were good gifts like toys and art supplies, still she had enough. So the next time she said there will be a donation box at the front of the house, so all gifts will automatically be donated to somebody who can use them, and that year they got no gifts. So go to whatever lengths you have to go to. Hopefully, you don't have to do that, but if you do, it will work. Now you might have to ask yourself the reason why your message isn't being heard. It's probably because, or at least in my situation, you're being a little wishy-washy. You're saying thank you, you're letting them have some toys, but not all toys, so people don't really know. Put it directly in plain language on any birthday invitation, something like that. Please no gifts, just be really clear, do all that you can do, and then just go from there. So though it feels like things multiply somehow in your home, they don't. You let them in, you opened the door. So be a good gatekeeper. Stand at that door, and before you let anything in, whether it's from your own doing or somebody else's doing, ask yourself if you need it. This is the best opportunity to say thanks but no thanks. And if you do bring it into your home, if you are going to open up that gate and let something into your treasured castle, you better have a place for it or a need for it. Otherwise, it's simply going to go back to that decluttering pile, and you're gonna get in this vicious cycle of never-ending decluttering, which I sometimes find myself in. It truly feels like it's never ending. So I hope you don't feel discouraged. I want you to feel empowered. Things come into the home, so that means you have the power. You can just say no at the door. If you have any tips on how to maintain a clutter-free home, specifically on how to be a good gatekeeper and how to keep that stuff from coming into the home in the first place, leave them down in the comments below, not just for me, but for anyone else who might be reading them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.